children, today I am going to explain you a very interesting topic on animals and their food habits. We all know that plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis, means using the sunlight. But how the animals make their food? Can they make their own food? No. Animals cannot make their own food like the plants. So how they can make the food then? They depend on other plants and animals for their food, like plants, animals, plant sources, like that. So first of all, we will learn why do we need food actually. We need food for growth, to be healthy, and to perform the daily needs, and also to fight against diseases. These things are common for the plants, animals, and humans. The food is needed for the growth, being healthy, and to perform daily needs. And next, we can see some animals will eat grass, some will eat other animals. Why is this difference? This difference, the feeding habits differ from animal to animal. Depends upon the availability of the food in their specific place and their feeding parts, means mouth parts. So based on the habitat, means the place they live, and their mouth parts, the feeding habits differ. Based on this, the animals are classified into three types. What are they? Herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Let us discuss each and every and classification in detail. So what are herbivores then? First, we will learn herbivores. Herbivores are the animals that eat only plants, grass, like that. How their feeding parts, mouth parts will be? They have sharp front teeth called the incisors for biting, and also have broad teeth called molars and premolars for chewing the food. What are the examples then? Cow, goat, deer, giraffe are some of the examples of herbivores. Okay, they eat only grass and plants because their digestive system or the mouth parts are all developed to grind and digest only the vegetable matter. And next, coming to the carnivores. Carnivores are the animals that feed on flesh of other animals. Means if you give grass to the tiger, will it eat? No. Carnivores, because tiger is a carnivore and it only eats flesh. It won't eat any other plants or plant products. So we will see the teeth of carnivores, means feeding parts. Carnivores have pointed teeth to tear the flesh. They have strong jaw to chew. They have strong teeth which are pointed to tear and chew the flesh. Some birds like eagles, owls are also called carnivores, and they have sharp beaks and claws to hold the flesh. And next, coming to the omnivores. What are omnivores then? These are the animals that eat both plants and animals. Means they have the teething structure and the digestive system that can adapt to plants or to the flesh. Examples: humans, we are omnivores, we can eat grass and also the flesh, and bears, fox, etc. These are all come under the classification of omnivores. So how the teeth of omnivores have? The omnivores have teeth that are suitable for grinding and chewing the vegetables and meat. See, let us have a chart that contains all the herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. See, in the herbivores only plant sources. Examples: cow, giraffe, rabbits, all comes under the category of herbivores. And omnivores only eat flesh like tigers, snakes, lions, etc. And omnivores. Omnivores can handle both ti- flesh, means meat, and also the vegetables like fox, humans, hen, and all. And mouthparts of some other animals. Next topic is mouthparts of some other animals. Some animals have different mouthparts, and their feeding habit is also very different. If we see a butterfly, it has a long tube like structure to suck the nectar that is present in the flowers. If we see a flower, the nectar is present very deep, means at the bottom of the flower. So when a flower is very large, how can a butterfly can take that nectar? With the help of this long tube like structure only, the butterflies will suck the nectar that is present in the flowers. Next, lizards and frogs also have a different structure that is called a sticky tongue to catch the insects. They just throw their tongue to the insects near to them and stick that tongue to that insects, and they just grab them. And next, mosquitoes. When you see a mosquito, they have a needle like tongue to suck the blood. They will just prick that needle like tongue into our skin and suck the blood. And next, elephant uses its trunk, the long one, the long structure that is present in the elephant, it is called a trunk, and for picking up food and sucking the water. Dogs and cats lick liquids with the help of their long tongue. If you ever see a dog and cat, they don't eat like us. They will just use their tongue and take the water or the food with the help of their tongue. And next, coming to the food chain. Next topic is food chain. Even though all the animals have different food habits like herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, all the animals and the plants are interdependent, means they are dependent on each other. If one is not there, the other can't survive. So the interdependence of all these animals with the plants is called the food chain. The linkage between the plants and animals is called a food chain. Why I am telling there will be a linkage? If you take a plant, it is eaten by cow because it is a herbivore. The cow eats the grass, so cow depends on the plant. So if you see a tiger feeds on this deers and cows, means tigers and lions depend on the cow, and deer means plant is eaten by the cow or deer, and deer is eaten by the tiger, and in turn this tiger or lion is eaten by the lion itself or the fox, like that. Means all the things are interdependent. See, carrots are eaten by rabbit, means it is dependent on the plants. Rabbit is a herbivore, so it depend on the plant source called carrot, and this rabbit is eaten by fox, and fox is eaten by lion, and this linkage is called the food chain. Next is the grass. Grass is eaten by the grasshopper. Grasshopper is eaten by the frog. Frog is eaten by snake, and snake is eaten by eagle. So this is called the food chain. And next topic is importance of animals to humans. Important to humans in many ways, like the sheep, cow, hens, and all. Let us see. Sheep gives us wool. The sweaters we wear are from the wool of a sheep. And next, eggs given by the hens. And cows, if we see the cows, they will work for us in the farms like plowing, like that. They will also give milk for us. The milk that we drink daily comes from the cow. And donkeys, horses, all these carry very heavy loads. And ducks also give meat and eggs. So what is our duty? Our duty is to give proper food, shelter, and protection to the animals, because if the animals are healthy, they will give good meat, manure, materials in turn, and we will have a better life. So protect the animals, protect the plants for better human life. Thank you.